أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم أما بعد. So alhamdulillah, inshallah, today we will start with ayah 217. Last time we talked about qital, that qital has been prescribed unto you, and this is something that you hate, and maybe it's something that you hate, it's good for you, and something that you love, it's probably not very good for you. Then here Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الشَّهْرِ الْحَرَامِ قِتَالٍ فِيهِ. The Shahr al-Haram, who it is, so at the time of, even before Islam, the kuffar used to abstain from fighting during the Shahr al-Haram, which is Shahr, I think, Muharram and Ramadan, and during those months, they used to Shahr al-Haram, أي نبي بعثه في 8 في جماد الآخرة قبل بدر بشهرين وقيل رجب. So some people say it's Rajab, some people say it's Jamadi, some people say it's Shahr al-Muharram. So what used to happen is the kuffar used to not fight during this month. This Shahr al-Haram, they wouldn't fight. So they came and asked the Prophet ﷺ, is it okay to fight during that month? Then Allah Azza wa Jalla says, قَالَ قِتَالٌ فِيهِ كَبِيرٌ. Fighting in it is kabir. It is huge. It is large. It's something that you should do. وَصَدٌّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. So in other words, there is no month where the Muslims should not fight. If calamities happen, or if someone is attacking you, or issues happening, and you need to defend yourself, like we talked about the rules of engagement in terms of fighting. We don't have like a requirement like the Jewish people have a requirement, which is during the Sabbath they don't do anything. So we don't have anything like that in Islam. قِتَالٌ فِي كَبِيرٌ وَصَدٌّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And when people come to prevent people from the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, you stand firm in front of them. وَكُفْرٌ بِهِ وَالْمَسْجِدُ الْحَرَامُ وَإِخْرَاجُ أَهْلِهِ مِنْهُ أَكْبَرُ. And here I want to read here the tafsir. وصد عن سبيل الله ابتداء وكفر به عطف على صد والمسجد الحرام عطف على وإخراج أهله عطف على خبر أي أعظم إثما من القتال في شهر الحرام. قال المبرد وغيره وهي صحيح طول الناس وكذا. وعن أي على قول المشهود إنكم كفار قريش تستعيذون علينا القتال في شهر الحرام وما تفعلوا أنتم من الصد عن سبيل. So okay, what this happened is the kuffar of Quraysh, they're telling them, you're fighting in the Shahr al-Haram and you shouldn't be fighting in the Shahr al-Haram. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, so you're telling me, you go deprive people from the straight path of Allah Azza wa Jalla. You do sadd an sabillah. You deprive people from the straight path of Allah Azza wa Jalla. وصد عن سبيل الله والمسجد الحرام. So you're preventing people from entering the Masjid al-Haram. You're preventing people from the straight path of Allah Azza wa Jal. And you are kicking people out of their town. And you're telling me it's okay to do that in the month of Shahr al-Haram. But when you're fighting in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, you're saying it's not okay. So Allah Azza wa Jal is telling them, you do all this evil stuff, and this is part of fighting, and you're doing it, and you're telling us we shouldn't fight during the Shahr al-Haram. وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَكْبَرُ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ. And the fitna is much greater than fighting, than killing. So what happens is, let's say you put people in starvation, in poverty, you harm people, you kick them out of their home, you make them homeless, you put all this. This trial is much, much harder than killing. If you kill somebody, inshallah he is a martyr and he goes to the highest level of Jannah. Whereas when you harm people, you're torturing them. So you're saying it's okay to torture, but it's not okay to kill. But while you're defending yourselves, subhanAllah, what kind of logic they have? So Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, no, fighting in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jalla is halal in the Shahr al-Haram, and they're telling you that you shouldn't do that, and then they're doing worse things. وَلَا يَزَالُونَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ حَتَّى يَرُدُّكُمْ عَنْ دِينِكُمْ إِنِ اسْتَطَاعُوا. And know that they will continue to fight you until they try to take you away from your religion, if they are capable of doing so. So they're going to continue to try to take you away from your religion. وَمَنْ يَرْتَدِدْ مِنْكُمْ عَنْ دِينِهِ. And whoever turns away from his religion, goes back to kufr. فيمت وهو كافر, and he dies on that state. فأولئك عليهم, those فأولئك حبطت أعمالهم في الدنيا والآخرة. Those, all the work that they have done in this life and will disappear on the hereafter. So you could be a good Muslim all your life, doing good deeds all your life. You turn away from Islam and you turn back away from Islam, you become kafir, and you die. Everything that you've done goes to null. حبطت أعمالهم في الدنيا والآخرة وأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. And indeed, these are the companions of hellfire. In it, they will stay there eternally. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, that the kuffar are trying to blame the Prophet ﷺ for fighting during the Masjid al-Haram, during the month of Haram, but the kuffar are doing much more evil things than that. إن الذين آمنوا والذين هاجروا وجاهدوا في سبيل الله. Those who believe and those who migrate and fought in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal. أولئك يرجون رحمة الله. These are those who are truly seeking the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. The believers who hajaru, who did migrate from Mecca to Medina, they fight in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal. They've been oppressed and they were patient. These are the ones who are truly seeking the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. Wallahu ghafurur rahim. And indeed Allah Azza wa Jal is the most forgiving, the most merciful. Then here you're going to see a lot of yas'alunak. They asking you. So if you notice, the Surah Baqarah was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam largely during the Medina time. So people are asking the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what happens if we do this? What happens if we divorce the ladies? What happens if two men, a husband and wife fought? What happens if this? What happens if that? So you're going to see a lot of yas'alunak. They asking you, O Messenger of Allah Azza wa Jal. And then Allah Azza wa Jal answered them in these ayat. يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر. They're asking you with regard to alcohol, khamr, which is wine, and then the things that will make you muskirat, the things that will make you drunk. والميسر, which is what? Gambling. Allah Azza wa Jal always put those two together, subhanAllah. Khamr and maisir are the two things that Allah Azza wa Jal says stay away from. He didn't say just it's haram on you not to do it. He said not only not to do it, but stay away from it. Because there's temptation in maisir. You see somebody's winning, you get tempted, or no, I'm going to win some more. It's just like the shaitan has a great ability to try to actually deceive you some more. And same thing when you're drunk, you're in a state that you can't, you shouldn't be around the people, because the people who are drunk can harm you, can hurt you, can shoot you, can drive drunk and harm you, right? You stay away from those people. يسألونك عن الخمر والميسر. They ask you, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with regard to khamr and maisir. قل فيهما إثم كبير ومنافع للناس. Tell them there is a great harm in them, and the إثم كبير, a great harm. ومنافع للناس, and there are benefit from them for mankind. وإثمهما أكبر من نفعهما. But the sin is much larger than the benefit that you will get out of them. So basically, here Allah Azza wa Jal is doing tahreem of al-khamr and maisir in stages. It didn't come all at once. So this was the first ayah where Allah Azza wa Jal is telling them, okay, stay away from khamr. He didn't make a tahreem qati'. It's haram at that stage. Imagine you go today to this society, and you tell the society here in the United States, no more alcohol. It's a huge problem. I mean, during the time of the prohibition, you probably studied about this in school, where people, were drinking. Everybody was still drinking, and there were so many gangs and so many problems. Why? Because the people on the inside, they did not internalize that this is wrong. Just the state or the government, the federal government, is enforcing that this is wrong. Now, similarly, people just migrated to Medina. They're just entering Islam. And the Prophet ﷺ, Allah Azza wa Jalla, when he sent him earlier in the ayat, we read, لِيُزَكِّيهِمْ, so he will purify them first. So he wants to instill the belief in them, instill the iman in them, instill Islam in them. Once they have it, then whatever he tells them, they're going to do it. But it's from the get-go, he says, no. You have to, do this, you have to do, like somebody enters Islam, comes here to this masjid and embrace Islam, and you tell them, no, you have to come every day here for Fajr Salat, you have to come 5 daily Salat here at the masjid, you have to do this. You just basically take that person away. You have to bring because and also the Arab came to the Prophet ﷺ, يَمُنُّونَ عَلَيْكَ أَنْ أَسْلَمُوا. They're telling you, we became Muslim. قل لا تمنوا علي إسلامكم بل الله يمن عليكم إن هداكم الإيمان. No, قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم. The Arab said we believed. Allah Azza wa Jalla says no, you did not believe, you became Muslim. Let the Iman first enter your heart, then you say you believe. So the Iman is a stages and it takes time. So and this is probably one of the biggest problems that the Taliban had in Afghanistan, and those people who want to come and establish an Islamic State by force. You can't just go there and then take a population and people and then whip them and say, okay, become good Muslim. That's not going to happen. You have to take it in stages. You have to build the Iman. You have to build this, and everything comes together, subhanAllah. And this is how the Prophet ﷺ did it. And this is how Allah Azza wa Jal teaches us in the Quran. So here, and then later in Surah An-Nisa, Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَنْتُمْ سُكَارَى حَتَّى تَعْلَمُوا مَا تَقُولُونَ. Do not approach Salat while you're drunk, so you know what you're saying. And then later Allah Azza wa Jal. So that was the first tahrim, the first step. The second step was this one in Baqarah. And the last step, Allah Azza wa Jal, فَاجْتَنِبُوا. Stay away from it. Right? And it came the true tahrim al-qata' from it. And then they say, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ مَاذَا يُنْفِقُونَ قُلِ الْعَفْوَ. And they're asking you, what should they spend? Where should they, what is the best way of spending in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal? قُلِ الْعَفْوَ. He says, forgive. Forgive what? Afu. Meaning, if somebody has a debt for you, let it go. Forgive them. That is one of the best, infaq. Is قُلِ الْعَفْوَ. Here, let me. I just want to make sure that ويسألونك عن يسألونك ما ينفقون سؤال عن نفقة تصرف الجواب خرج عن وقف السؤال كان السؤال العفو سهل وتسير وفضل. So make things easy on people. Subhanallah. That's the general ruling of this. They ask you, what is the best way to spend, to do infaq? He says, make things easy. Like you can go give people money, but you're not making things easy. So how can you relieve people and make things easy on them? كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمُ الْآيَاتِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَفَكَّرُونَ. This is how Allah Azza wa Jal make the ayat, the signs very clear for you. Maybe you'll start to realize in this, فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ, in this life and the hereafter, Allah Azza wa Jal, you will remember that what you're doing is a good thing for you, inshallah. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْيَتَامَى. And they ask you, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with regard to the al-yatama, to the orphans. So basically, how and there are multiple ayat in the Quran where Allah Azza wa Jalla says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ أَمْوَالَ الْيَتَامَى ظُلْمًا إِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُونَ فِي بُطُونِهِمْ نَارًا, in Surah An-Nisa. Those who are eating the wealth of the orphans and they're cheating and they're taking their money, is like they're eating fire in their belly. Subhanallah. This is how bad it is to abuse the orphans, to abuse their wealth, to abuse them, to not treat them generously, to not treat them with respect. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْيَتَامَى قُلْ إِصْلَاحٌ لَهُمْ خَيْرٌ. See, raise them in islah, make reconciliation, bring them, make them salihin. You raise them righteously. وَإِن تُخَالِطُوهُمْ فَإِخْوَانُكُمْ. And if you become part of you, they're your brothers. There's your sister. Treat them as such. Don't treat them as second-class citizens. Don't treat them as your slaves. Don't abuse them. Treat them, they are your brothers, they are your sisters. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ الْمُفْسِدَ مِنَ الْمُصْلِحِ. And Allah Azza wa Jalla knows who is the one who does righteous deeds and who is the one who is mufsid, who is doing fasad. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَعَانَتَكُمْ. And if Allah willed, He has put you in a state of anat. L'anat, meaning you become put you in a state of hardship, of place of you become, you need money, you need this, He put you in a bad state. So take care of them. Allah will make it easy on you as well. Allah will give you wealth. Allah will make things easy for you. But if you mistreat them, everything's going to turn back on you. And know that Allah Azza wa Jal, He's the Almighty, He is the All-Wise, He can do anything. Subhanallah. So it's all good wisdoms. وَلَا تَنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكَاتِ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنْ. And then here, this is something that is very, very important for people to know. We as Muslims, we say that we can marry from the people of the book, Christians and Jews, right? We can marry Muslims as men. We can marry Muslims, we can marry Christian women, we can marry Jewish women, right? We cannot marry an atheist woman. We cannot marry a Hindu woman if she's not Muslim, unless she accepts Islam. And the ayah here is very clear. وَلَا تَنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكَاتِ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنْ. And do not marry the mushrikat, those who are kuffar, do not believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. The only exception we have, which came in Surah Al-Ma'idah later, which is the people of the book, Jews and Christian. So a Hindu, we cannot marry a Hindu. وَلَا تَنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكَاتِ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنْ, until they become believers. وَلَا أَمَةٌ مُؤْمِنَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن مُشْرِكَةٍ وَلَوْ أَعْجَبَتْكُمْ. A slave, woman slave, that is a believing woman slave, is much better for you to marry than a mushrika, than a disbelieving, a very rich, handsome, a beautiful lady, even if you think that you like her. So it is very important that we don't fall as men to women who are not Muslim. Christians and Jews you're allowed, but again, preferable is that they accept Islam. وَلَا تُنْكِحُ الْمُشْرِكِينَ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُوا. Similarly, as a woman, you can't marry a mushrik, a kafir, until he becomes mu'min. وَلَا عَبْدٌ مُؤْمِنٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن مُشْرِكٍ وَلَوْ أَعْجَبَتْكُمْ. And even a male slave, believing male slave, is better than a mushrik, a kafir, even if you like them. أُولَٰئِكَ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى النَّارِ. Why? Because those will call you toward hellfire. When you marry them, they're going to drag you towards them. You're going to have problems. Your children might be raised like them, and they're calling towards hellfire. وَاللَّهُ يَدْعُو إِلَى الْمَغْفِرَةِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَاللَّهُ يَدْعُو إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ وَالْمَغْفِرَةِ بِإِذْنِهِ. And Allah Azza wa Jal is calling toward Jannah and toward forgiveness with His will. وَيُبَيِّنُ آيَاتِهِ لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And Allah Azza wa Jal makes it very clear for mankind. His signs, maybe what لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ, maybe they will be reminded about that Allah Azza wa Jal is doing this for your benefit, not for His benefit. It's for your benefit. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ. And they ask you with regard to the time when the women have mahid, have haid. قُلْ هُوَ أَذَى. Say it is harm. فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ. Stay away from women during that period. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوهُنَّ حَتَّى يَطْهُرْنَ. And do not approach them until they become very pure. They take their shower and they become pure. فَإِذَا تَطَهَّرْنَ فَأْتُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ. Once they are pure, approach them from where Allah Azza wa Jal has made it lawful for you to approach them. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ التَّوَّابِينَ وَيُحِبُّ الْمُتَطَهِّرِينَ. Verily, Allah loves those who turn back to Him in tawbah, and Allah loves those who are pure. وَيَسْأَلُونَ نِسَاءُكُمْ حَرْثٌ لَكُمْ فَأْتُوا حَرْثَكُمْ أَنَّا شِئْتُمْ. نِسَاءُكُمْ, your women are your harth, are from your possession. Approach them from however you want to. وَقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. And take time. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّكُمْ مُلَاقُوهُ. And fear Allah and know that you're going to meet Him. وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And give glad tidings to the believers. So we talked about this. Take your time, when you approach your woman. وَلَا تَجْعَلُوا اللَّهَ عُرْضَةً لِأَيْمَانِكُمْ أَن تَبَرُّوا وَتَتَّقُوا وَتُصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Here Allah Azza wa Jal is giving us an etiquette of how when we deal with each other, how when we talk to each other, we don't just, we constantly mention the name of Allah. By Allah I did this, by Allah, or Allah, and just don't keep, وَلَا تَجْعَلُوا اللَّهَ عُرْضَةً لِأَيْمَانِكُمْ. Do not use Allah's name as when you're just throwing words between each other and you're trying to say, no, let's do this and let's do that, and constantly bring the name of Allah Azza wa Jal. أَن تَبَرُّوا وَتَتَّقُوا وَتُصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Here Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلَا تَمْتَنِعُوا عَنْ شَيْءٍ مِّن مَكَانٍ تَعَلُّلًا بِأَنَّ حَلَفْنَا أَلَّا نَفْعَلَ كَذَا. Okay. So let's say you have said, I swear I'm not gonna do this. By Allah, I'm not gonna do this. And then somehow it turned out that if you do it, it's a good thing. It's bar. You're doing something, and tabarru. And you're going to reconcile between people. Like for something you said, by Allah, I'm never gonna go to that place. But that place They realize now that somebody told you that there are two people that are fighting, you need to go try to solve the problem between them. And if you go, you say, no, but I swear by Allah, I'm never going to go to that place. Allah says it's okay to go, specifically when you're going to do tabarru wa tattaqu, that you're doing birr, that you're doing taqwa to Allah, you're doing islah, that you're doing reconciliation between people. Bayna an-nas, wallahu samiyun alim. And know that Allah Azza wa Jal knows everything and hears everything. So we don't just not do good because we swore previously about something. It's okay to break that swear, provided that your intention and your niyyah is correctly. وَلَا يُؤَخِذْكُمُ اللَّهُ بِاللَّغْوِ فِي أَيْمَانِكُم. And then here Allah Azza wa Jal is trying to emphasize in that previous ayah, where He's saying Allah Azza wa Jal does not hold you, hold you responsible if you have done an ayman. Like you said, between me and you, we're doing a dealing. We said, no, that's it. By Allah, I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna do that, and we kind of have a contact between us, and we swear by Allah Azza wa Jal. But then Allah Azza wa Jal says He does not hold you because you. What I'm trying to say is sometimes we say things like I'm talking to my wife and said, no, wallahi, I'm not gonna take this money from you. Or somebody's giving it to me. But then later He gave, Allah Azza wa Jal, you just said it, and it wasn't like a contract. It wasn't an intention. Allah does not hold you for what you have said. بِاللَّغْوِ فِي أَيْمَانِكُمْ وَلَكِنْ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ. But He will hold you to account for what your heart intended, not for your mouth intended. In terms of, you're swearing or you're making, intention. وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ حَلِيمٌ. And Allah is the most forgiving. He's the most wise. للذين يؤلون من نسائهم تربص 4 أشهر فإن فاءوا فإن الله غفور رحيم. والذين يؤلون من نسائهم الذي يقسمون قال كان إلى الجاهلية 66 وأكثر من ذلك يتصدقون بذلك إذا المرأة عند المساء فله 4. So those who are harming their women, those who الذين يؤلون من نسائهم تربصوا 4 أشهر فإن فاءوا فإن الله غفور رحيم. المساء. Hold on, I just want to read a couple of things here. So those who, there's those who come and swear, those who swear, I by Allah, I don't want you anymore, to his wife. So somebody who says to his wife, I don't want you anymore, but this came later. I think this ayah, they don't say here that it's mansukha. So those who swear unto their wives, Allah Azza wa Jalla says you're supposed to stay away from them for 4 months. تربصوا 4 أشهر فإن فاءوا فإن الله غفور رحيم. When those 4 months pass, then Allah is the most forgiving, most merciful. So basically what Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying is your wives are not just an object that you can just say, I don't want you or I want you. You can't just swear, I don't want you, and then you do that, you're going to stay away from her for 4 months before you can come back to her. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. وَإِنْ عَزَمُوا الطَّلَاقَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. That is not divorce. That's just I don't want you. And he swears that he doesn't want her. Therefore Allah Azza wa Jalla stay away from her for 4 months. فَإِنْ عَزَمُوا الطَّلَاقَ. But if they decided to divorce, then Allah Azza wa Jalla hears everything and knows everything. And talaq and divorce is halal in Islam. وَالْمُطَلَّقَاتُ يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوء. And then the women that are divorced, they can't get remarried for 3 periods. 3 menstruation periods. They can't marry until these 3 periods pass. ولا يحل لهن أن يكتمن ما خلق الله في أرحامهن إن كن يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر. If they were pregnant when they got divorced, they cannot tell their husbands. They can't just keep it to themselves and say, I'm not going to tell him we're divorced, that baby is mine, and then she leaves. It is not halal. Allah says, ولا يحل لهن أن يكتمن ما خلق الله في أرحامهن, that what Allah Azza wa Jal has created inside their wombs. إن كن يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر, if they truly believe in Allah in the final day. وبعولتهن أحق بردهن في ذلك إن أرادوا إصلاحها. And their husbands have the higher right to take them back if they want to reconciliate, especially if they're pregnant. So if she divorced and she's pregnant, and the one that has the most right to take her back is the father of that child, the husband. إن أرادوا إصلاحها ولهن مثل الذي عليهن بالمعروف. And then they have unto them what they, so what Allah Azza wa Jalla says, you give them what they, ولهن ولهن هي I just want to ولهن مثل الذي أي لهن من حقوق الزوجية على الرجال مثل ما للرجال عليهن والناس لهن من حسن الصحبة ولا. So, and just like their husbands are required to treat them in nicely and be righteous to them and be good to them, they have the same right onto their husbands. So if their husband took them back, they don't go back and say, yeah, I just came back to you because I'm forced to come back to you. No, they go back and then they have to be nice and righteous and good to their husbands, just like what their husbands are supposed to be good to them as well. But know that man has a higher level onto them. That we said in Surah An-Nisa, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Rijal have authority. Allah Azza wa Jalla has raised them in that level over women. Women have better rights than men in certain things men do. But in this aspect, وَلِلرِّجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةٌ وَاللَّهُ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. And Allah Azza wa Jalla is the all-wise and He is the Almighty. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla explained to us the rule of talaq, of divorce. And He says, الطلاق مرتان. Talaq is only 2 times. You divorce once, your woman can come back to you, no problem, no question asked. You divorce, she can come back. You divorce again, she can come back. You divorce a 3rd time, she cannot come back except in a specific situation which we will discuss here. الطلاق مرتان. Verily, divorce is twice. فإمساك بمعروف أو تسريح بإحسان. Either you keep them and you treat them with ma'ruf, with righteousness, with goodness, with generosity. You don't harm them, you don't slap them, you don't abuse them. Ma'ruf أو تسريح بإحسان. But if you can't do that, things are not working out, it's okay. You let go, you divorce, and you separate بإحسان, with righteousness. Look at the divorce cases here that happens in this country or even in our world. People divorce and they fight, and I want this and I want this, and they drag into courts and all kind of, that's not the divorce in Islam. Divorce in Islam is also ihsan. Everybody needs to give, need to be righteous, be good, even during marriage and during divorce. Be ihsan. وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ أَن تَأْخُذُوا مِمَّا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ شَيْئًا. You have no right to take back what you have given them. So if you as a husband gave them something, it is theirs. You can't take it back. إِلَّا أَن يَخَافَا أَن يُقِيمَ حُدُودَ اللَّهِ. Except that they feared that they're not going to be able to uphold the limits and the rules of Allah Azza wa Jal. For example, if you are not going to take something back, but this is what Allah Azza wa Jal has decreed, that these are the rules. You have to give this back and you have to give this back. Because there's, like when you divorce, you as a husband, there's mutaakhir, there are certain things that you need to pay. Right? You have to meet those limits. فإن خفتم ألا يقيم حدود الله فلا جناح عليهما فيما افتدت به. If you fear that the limits of Allah Azza wa Jal are not going to be met, then it's okay. As people need to sacrifice and give back. It's okay to negotiate but everything with the right intention, the intention of doing good. تلك حدود الله. Then Allah Azza wa Jal says, these are the limits of Allah Azza wa Jal. فلا تعتدوا. Do not transgress it. وَمَن يَتَعَدَّ حُدُودَ اللَّهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Verily, whoever transgressed the limits of Allah Azza wa Jal, these are the ظالمون, those who are transgressing against the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. And I'm going to read the next ayah, we'll stop inshallah. فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ مِن بَعْدُ حَتَّى تُنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. So we learned that the talaq is, the divorce is twice. But if you divorce the third time, so Allah Azza wa Jal, talaq is twice. She will come back to you, no problem. But if you divorce the third time, she is no longer halal for you to remarry until she goes and marries someone else. She can't just go and marry someone else for a day and come back just to do it. Just to say, yeah, I married someone, I can come back. No, she has to go marry someone else. And the intention is that she really wants to stay forever with that someone else. But if things didn't work out and she divorced that one person, she has the right, she can go back to him. And if you look at it, what the scholars have said, that in this specific situation is marriage is not something you buy from the supermarket and you can return however you want to. It's not something that, I marry you, I divorce you, send you to your parents, I marry you again, send you back to your parents. It's not so. These women, your wives, are something that, this is a sacred thing. This is not something that you play with. فلا تحل له من بعد حتى تنكح زوجا غيره فإن طلقها. After that, if that other man divorce her, فلا جناح عليهما أن يتراجعا إن ظنا أن يقيما حدود الله. There's no harm for them to get back together if they thought that what they're doing, they are actually upholding the limits of Allah Azza wa Jal. Meaning that she truly got married, she had the intention to get married, but didn't work out, she divorced, then it's okay to come back to him. وَتِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ. And know that these are the limits of Allah Azza wa Jal. For the second time, Allah Azza wa Jal repeated, يُبَيِّنُهَا لِقَوْمٍ يَعْلَمُونَ. And Allah makes it very clear for people who can understand. Subhanallah. So Islam, subhanallah, didn't leave anything. Everything discussed about it. Divorce, all how to treat your women, how to treat your men, how to have a good relation. And Allah Azza wa Jal gave us mashallah, a very beautiful religion. Subhanallah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala mursalin walhamdulillah rabbil alamin. So alhamdulillah, today we stopped at ayah 230. We will start inshallah next week from ayah 231. And then next week we will continue with those few ayat, and we will start with the story of Prophet Dawood. It's very beautiful, inshallah. So I urge everybody, inshallah, to attend, inshallah, next tafsir halaqa. وجزاكم الله خير. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.